The Amazon jungle, often painted as an untouched wilderness, was once bustling with millions of ancient inhabitants and a landscape dotted with mysterious cities. Let's travel deep into the heart of the Amazon, unearthing evidence of lost civilizations that once thrived between 1250 to 1500 AD. We'll travel through time, revealing secrets that have been hidden beneath dense forest canopies for centuries. We'll journey through discoveries made by archaeologists and satellite imagery in the southern Amazon basin, exposing remnants of ancient cities and ceremonial centers. We'll shine a light on their accomplishments, their social systems, and the awe-inspiring structures they've left behind. But what led to the disappearance of these once prosperous societies? What cataclysmic events unfolded in the green abyss of the Amazon? And more importantly, how can these civilizations guide us in understanding the diversity and history of this remarkable ecosystem? The discovery. Satellite imagery and drone shots made it possible to unearth an ancient civilization tucked into the heart of the Amazon jungle. Turns out, parts of the wild rainforest, once believed to be near desolate, were actually teeming with life from an old-world civilization, hidden under a tapestry of jungle growth for hundreds of years, dating back to 1250 AD. This far-reaching pre-Columbian settlement was not a small one. At its peak, the study published in the journal Nature Communications suggests as many as 1 million people were part of these settlements. Many parts of the Americas now thought of as pristine forest are really abandoned gardens, says Christopher Fisher, an archaeologist at Colorado State University, who was not part of the study, chatting up with the Wall Street Journal. Credit goes to Francisco Nakahara, a retiree living in Sao Paulo, Brazil, who first spotted traces of this older-than-colonist civilization. Sparked by his discovery, researchers used satellite imagery to look for possible geoglyphs, ceremonial earthworks, that marked out an uncharted territory in Brazil's state of Mato Grosso. To make sure what they saw was really there, they headed out to inspect 24 field sites themselves. Underneath the veil of vegetation were fragments of pottery and traces of charcoal, vestiges of a once-forgotten civilization. It is likely that many of these sites were fortified settlements, says Jonas Gregorio de Souza, the main researcher behind the study and an archaeologist at the University of Exeter. He believes there are many more undiscovered sites concealed in that remote area. These discoveries have flipped our thinking on its head about who lived in the Amazon, including guesses that claimed 2 million folks lived across the whole basin, established mostly by riversides. Our research shows we need to reevaluate the history of the Amazon, declared de Souza. The evidence. Commonly referred to as Earth's lungs, the Amazon rainforest is not only an ecological marvel, but it's also slowly revealing itself to be an archaeological puzzle. Recent findings are beginning to expose a history of Amazon's jungle that is wealthier, more intricate, and much older than previously thought. Here's an in-depth look into the proof of ancient civilizations within the Amazon. 1. Geoglyphs, Earth's mysterious markings. Akin to Peru's Nazca lines, the Amazon is splattered with over 1,300 geoglyphs. These aren't just designs, they're monumental and stretch across Brazil and Bolivia. These geometric and zoomorphic designs were primarily detected using satellite imagery, which sometimes stretch up to 13 kilometers. Following these aerial detections, ground-based archaeological investigations were conducted to understand their nature and purpose. There's still a lot of head-scratching over their purpose. Maybe they were ceremonial or for rituals, or perhaps they assembled in groups for big gatherings. One thing we do know, thanks to radiocarbon dating, is that these structures have been around since 1250 AD, challenging earlier notions about human habitation in the Amazon during that era. 2. Ceramics, charcoal, and settlement remnants. Digging around various sites in the Amazon has turned up some interesting things that point to old settlements. Ceramics, often ornate and detailed, have been found in various sites, suggesting that these were not just functional, but were also used for decorative or ceremonial purposes. Additionally, remnants of charcoal suggest areas of human habitation, cooking, and perhaps even primitive metallurgy. How old are these finds? Well, after using carbon dating techniques, it looks like these settlements were inhabited way back in 1410 AD, placing them in the late medieval period. 3. Historical accounts, narratives from the past. Not limited to physical proof, written records exist too. Spanish and Portuguese explorers and clergymen during the 16th century penned down their experiences in the Amazon. Many recorded large villages, even those harboring thousands of people, equipped with advanced farming techniques and complicated social hierarchies. These weren't just random small settlements, they were linked chains of communities. These records challenged the enduring belief that Amazon had a scanty population. As a matter of fact, some conjectures drawn from these documents, along with archaeological clues, hint that at its height, The pre-Columbian Amazon could have been home to millions. Stumbling upon ancient societies in the Amazon jungle is a big deal for many reasons. First off, it's giving long-standing beliefs about the Amazon and its locals a serious shakeup. For many years, people thought the Amazon was almost an empty place with poor soil that couldn't handle heavy-duty farming or the growth of complex societies. But when they found out, sizable pre-Columbian settlements were established from 1250 AD to 1500 AD and home to nearly 1 million people, well, that turned everything on its head. On top of that, this finding opens up a brand new chapter in the storybook of the Americas before Columbus arrived on the scene. It tells us that before European settlers arrived, we had a buzzing civilization right there in the Amazon, thriving against all odds, building sprawling settlements and special ceremonial earthworks. But hold on, there's more. This discovery even shakes up our views about how humans interact with their surroundings. Most would picture the Amazon rainforest as untouched wilderness, but it turns out human beings have been molding this rainforest for centuries. It creates new questions about what really qualifies as natural, and puts emphasis on paying more heed to what lasting imprint human activities can leave behind on Mother Nature. The fall. The fate of the ancient societies that once flourished in the Amazon jungle remains a mystery. However, there are several theories about what may have caused their decline. One theory suggests that diseases carried over by European colonists may have been responsible. When Europeans landed on American shores, they came armed with an assortment of illnesses like smallpox, measles, and flu, to which the indigenous populations had no immunity. These diseases spread like wildfire and decimated many native populations. Another possibility is that these civilizations were disrupted by environmental changes. You see, the Amazon rainforest is one complex ecosystem that is sensitive to changes in climate and weather patterns. Fluctuations in rainfall and temperature could have negatively impacted their farming methods and ability to sustain their population sizes. On top of that, they might have had some internal strife such as combat or social unrest. There are hints from archaeological finds pointing out many of these settlements were walled up tight. This suggests they were braced against attacks from neighboring groups. It is also possible that internal conflicts or changes in leadership could have destabilized these societies. With all being said, the exact reasons for the decline of these ancient civilizations in the Amazon jungle are not known. Further research and archaeological investigation may help to shed more light on this fascinating topic. Conspiracy theories. With the latest discoveries, several intriguing conspiracy theories about ancient civilizations in the Amazon jungle have come to the surface as well. Some folks reckon these societies were way ahead of their time, armed with knowledge and tech that got wiped out as time passed by. One crowd-pleasing theory has it that Amazonian ancestral tribes were rubbing shoulders with extraterrestrial beings. Devotees to this notion insist that all their high-tech know-how was passed down from aliens swinging by Earth ages ago. Proponents of the theory point to the elaborate earthworks and geoglyphs found throughout the jungle as evidence that an advanced technology was used. They argue that such complex structures would have required sophisticated tools and knowledge beyond what was available to ancient peoples. Another conspiracy theory is that there is a hidden city of gold deep in the Amazon jungle. According to folktales, an advanced civilization piled up vast wealth here. There's a band who hold fast to the belief that hidden treasure is still intact, zealously guarded by governments or some secretive outfits. These head-scratching conspiracy theories certainly stoke interest, but it's crucial to understand that there's no hard-nosed evidence backing them up. While recent finds in the heartland of the jungle do make us sit up and take note, they don't give any credence to notions of advanced gadgetry or little green men back then. Spread this video across your historian friends' circles, hit subscribe on our channel to stay updated, and come tag along for more adventures shaking up dusty old secrets time thought she could hide forever.